Welcome back, teachers. This is a quick demo to communicate the guidelines for setting up your gradebook for the 14-15 school year. This refresher is for teachers who teach semester classes, so either semester 1 or semester 2. This is not for teachers who teach year-long classes, A day, B day, or you teach the same course every day for the full part of the year. So if you teach a year-long course, either A day, B day, or every day for the entire year, then please close this refresher and select a different one from the list. The first area I'd like to point out to you is the classes pane. So when you log into the Power Teacher Gradebook this school year, you should see the list of classes you are teaching. If you don't, try selecting the drop-down list and either pick current classes or the term that we're in. Since this demonstration is for semester classes, I'm going to select semester 1. Notice that I teach Avid 1 and the S1 indicates that this is for semester 1. If you've tried selecting the term from the drop-down list and you still don't see any classes, then please contact your data manager to find out if your sections were set up correctly. The next area I'd like to bring to your attention is the categories pane. High school principals decided that for this school year, department areas should have the same category and category weights. So for example, the English department would get together in their PLCs and decide what categories best fits their department and the category weights associated with each of those categories. When you log into your gradebook, you may see the categories that you created last year, or you might see the ones that came from the out-of-the-box product. In order to add a new category, you would click the plus sign, and it brings up the Add or Create Assignment Category window. So to add a category, you would type the name, like I will add Project for demonstration purposes. You can abbreviate it. You can give it a color. I strongly recommend changing the points possible to 100. That way you're not inadvertently weighting one category over another or one assignment within that category over another. So it's easiest to think about everything being out of 100 points instead of some things being out of 8 points or some things being out of 10 points or even some things being out of like 20 points. When you do that, you are inadvertently either weighting the category or weighting the assignment. So it's best and it's easiest to figure grades later if everything is out of 100. So once you do that, click OK, and you'll see your new category listed. If you do not want that category, then you can select it, hit the minus sign, and confirm the delete, and it takes that category away. Note that it will only delete the category so long as there are no assignments attached to it. If there are assignments attached to that category and it tells you that you can't delete it, then you'll need to ignore that category for this school year. To edit the category weight, you can double click on the category and it brings up that window again. Okay. Now that you have your category set up, it's time to navigate to the Grade Setup tab. To set up your grades for semester-long classes, and this is just for semester 1. If this is a semester 2 class, you would see F1, Q3, Q4, and X2. But you would repeat the same process, the same setup. So we're going to set up our F1 term to start with. I want to point out the importance of the start and end date for the term. The reason this is important is because within the date range, the gradebook looks to those assignments to calculate the grade for that term. So for example, in quarter 1, it's going to look for any assignment that's entered between July 1st and October the 28th. If I'm a little bit late getting my grades in, and I am entering assignments on October the 29th for first quarter, then it's going to send those grades to second quarter instead, because that's the start date of second quarter. This is very important when you're trying to add in your final exam grade for your course, because it has to be entered on either the 15th or 16th. If it's on any other date, it is not going to count as your exam grade. Likewise, if you enter an assignment on January the 15th that's not an exam, then it's going to act like it is an exam and count that as 20% of the overall grade. So be very careful with the start and end dates for your course terms. Okay, let's go ahead and click the arrow beside the F1 term. You are going to set this up as term weights. Q1 is going to have a weight of 40. Q2 has a weight of 40. And X1, which is your exam term, has a weight of 20. It doesn't matter if it's an EOC, a NC final exam, a CTE post-assessment, or a teacher-made final. All final exams count as 20% of the overall grade. So this is what your F1 term should look like. Save those changes. And then select Q1 or Q3 if you're working in second semester. Here we're going to calculate using category weights. So select category weights and then add a category. Make sure that you're picking ones from the ones you've created with your department for this school year. So I'm going to select classwork, assignments, and tests. I'm going to give assignments a weight of 45. Classwork a weight of 45. Nope, sorry. 10 and 45. This is just for demonstration purposes. This is not how we are suggesting that you set up your category weights. This is just to show you what happens. It's important that your quarter 1 and quarter 2 calculations are identical. You don't want a different set of category weights for quarter 1 and quarter 2. So the easiest thing to do from here would be to copy this setup for quarter 1, and we want to copy that to quarter 2. And finish. And now when I go to quarter 2, it looks exactly like the setup for quarter 1. You can manually update this screen if you don't want to copy it to quarter 2. So now we're going to set up your exam term. You don't have to make any changes to this. Total points is fine, so you can leave the X1 or X2 term alone. Since there's only one score that should be within those date ranges, total points is completely fine. After I have my whole grade setup complete for this class, but I teach other classes that are semester long, then I can copy by selecting the F1 term. I can select copy. I'm taking the entire class setup, and I can copy that to other courses that I teach if they were semester long. So the same way that you copied your grade setup for quarter to another quarter, you can copy your whole class setup to another class. Okay. Now this was a very short demonstration just to show you how to set up your categories and your grade setup. If you feel like that you need more intense tutorials on the Power Teacher Gradebook, you can visit the ncsys.org website, and you can see that website right up here. Click on the training link and go down to recorded refreshers, and you can watch the DPI provided gradebook webinar. And that should help you with all the intricacies of using your Power Teacher Gradebook. You may also ask your school data manager for assistance or contact Amanda Richardson at arichardson@bcswan.net. Hope you found this useful, and best of luck to a great school year.